Hello Galactic family. My dear ones. Even if you have already crossed the Rubicon to 5D, you still feel the need to take care of others, from personal relationships or global interactions. But now you have different areas to discover and explore. Your time caring for the earth, your friends, family and community members, even those of the ethers, is over. The dissipation of your inner power through care is counterproductive. For there are now enough humans following them to take the banner of personal and global rights and freedoms. This is no longer your area of concern, or experience. Your followers have a different agenda from those of you who are at the forefront. It is no longer their concern that those who follow rebuild the earth as they feel it is appropriate. For you are in a different age, both chronologically and spiritually. What you think is important may have little to do with those who follow you. The same is true for the different generations on earth. Did not many of your parents believe that the freedoms you proclaimed in the 1960s and 1970s were outrageous and counterproductive? The same is true now. Do not worry about the evolution of the earth, for you are in a different place and at a different time. You probably believe that if these followers relied on their dictates on how it should be, earth would quickly move to joy. But now you are as much a part of the ethers as the earth. So you feel a broader range of possibilities than the truth is than those who are still in the earthly trenches. Your vision is more like ours in ethers than those on earth. So many of these followers should experience some pain before realizing their true power, just as this was already true for you. Just as it was true for those of us in the ethers. You cannot remove their pains with some creations here and there. Those, still completely on earth, must realize their own love before they dare to stand in protest. Many of you who read this message may be afraid, thinking that the love and joy of the earth that you desire is a miracle that will never come. This is not so. For you have created the way that followers will discover much more quickly than was true for you. And once those who follow create their way of love and joy, others will create their own path in less time, and so on. So you must believe that everything is wonderfully well on earth, even if it does not look like it on most days. Earth chaos and agitation are designed to awaken those who have not yet discovered their inner power, or their need to find beliefs beyond earth. Those who follow you will carry your baton from the earth while moving to other parts of your being that have more to do with personal exploration than the care of the earth. While some of you remain totally entangled in the current chaos of the earth, such changes will change soon. Not because you do not have terrestrial energy, but because you will be called to discover new ones, and you will be stronger than the need to service the earth or any entity. This time is confusing in many ways, and not least is that there are many universal earth standards that compete for your attention. None of these patterns are incorrect, and not necessarily, are where you want to focus. That is the heart of the question we are discussing. You are evolving from caring for others and earth to discovering your new self with its new powers. Powers that are beyond what you expected. Your joy will be yours to discover your new, instead of taking care of the earth and others, as they did AVIANS. Perhaps this concept seems unconcerned, but it is little different from what you have experienced throughout your earthly lives. When you were babies, exploring your environment and learning to walk and talk were your main interests. As a teenager, they began to discover complex relationships and adjust to their new bodies. A young adult is concerned about raising children, food, shelter and work, which eventually evolve into retirement problems. At every stage of life, you have different interests, and you expect your interests to be the priority of others in your age group as well. You know that those younger or, at a different stage, will care for or develop the parts that no longer interest them. The same is true now. You are at a different stage from those who follow you. Let them find the way, just as we encourage you to do so. You have made your way. Now, trust that these followers will create a suitable path for them, as will be true for all who follow them. Let it go and let it be. Just as you are not exactly like those of us ethers, you are original beings, with new interests and talents, because you have experiences different from ours. Maybe you remember with laughter the fear that most of your parents express when you put on your needed blue jeans and protested against almost everything your society expected. The earth has not collapsed, it simply evolved into something that many of you are trying to keep, just as your parents and grandparents did as well. Universal life is change. And the change that most of you are now adapting is that you are from Earth, but in new bodies, with new powers and new directions. Allow it to be so, that you become younger with the knowledge that the land of the old is changing, and changing as quickly as you are, due in large part to your efforts. Then the change continues. The change that will create the new earth of love and the joy that has long been awaited. Your current role in this change is to follow your own joy. So be it. Amen.